Hello everyone, my name is Dimas Ardani and today I am presenting my midterm test for the course Practice of Translation. In this presentation, I will share my translation analysis of a text titled Guru using Mona Baker's equivalence theory. This task helped me understand how language, culture, and meaning come together in translation. For this project, I translated the Indonesian text guru into English. Then I identified translation problems and analyzed them through Mona Baker's equivalence framework. My main focus was on pragmatic, cultural, and idiomatic challenges because those were the hardest to translate naturally. As Mona Pickers remind us, translation is not only about words, but about meaning, culture, and voice. And then the text guru is a reflective and critical piece about the relationship between teachers and students. It criticized teachers who resist technology and sometimes show inconsistency in their teaching philosophy. The language includes idioms and colloquial expression like bola salju, jalan hidup, and ketinggalan kereta. These expressions carry cultural values and reflect everyday Indonesian perspective, which makes translation both interesting and challenging. And then, before analyzing the problems, let's review Mona Baker's five types of equivalence. First, grammatical sentence structure. Grammatical is sentence structure. And second, lexical is word choice. And third, textual is cohesion and flow. And pragmatic is implied meaning and tone. And finally, cultural or idiomatic is metaphors and social context. The first example is bola salju. The text says masalahnya seperti bola salju yang terus membesar. If I translate it, if I translate it literally as the problem is like a snowball that keeps getting bigger. It sounds unnatural in English. So, applying idiomatic and pragmatic equivalence, I change I change it into the problem keeps snowballing. This is more natural, concise, idiomatic, and it preserves the meaning of escalation. And then problem two, jalan hidup. The second phrase is jalan hidup. The text says karena merasa cara itu sudah menjadi jalan hidupnya. If we say way of living, it feels too flat. It misses the deeper sense of belief. So I translated it as because they see it as their way of life. Way of life sounds natural in English and carries philosophical and emotional depth perfectly matching the tone of the original text. Let's go to the problem 3. Guru hanya bicara. Now, the third example. Guru hanya bicara tanpa tindakan. This line must sound like a student's complaint, not a textbook sentence. So, instead of translating word for word, I use teachers only talk without taking action. It's simple, natural, and a bit informal, uh, but keeping the pragmatic tone of criticism alive. Let's go to problem 4. Ketinggalan kereta. Next, ketinggalan kereta. Literally, it means miss the train. But in Indonesian, it actually means to fall behind. If I say miss the train, English speakers might think of a real train, not progress. So I translate it as they will be left behind. This version fits educational and professional context better and keeps the intended message. Okay, let's go to the final translation snippet. Here's part of my final translation. Our teachers often claim that creativity must be set free, yet they themselves require students to copy assignment example without any change. Consequently, teachers are often seen as inconsistent, which makes students feel that teachers only talk without taking action. This show this shows textual coherence and natural English flow and keeps the critical tone of the original Indonesian version. And then we go to reflection and conclusion. Through this translation, I learned that translating is not just about words, it's about recreating meaning. Every time I face an idiom, I ask myself, what will the reader feel? But using Mona Baker's framework helped me think more systematically about those choices. And I truly agree with this quote. A good translation doesn't feel translated. Okay. Thank you so much for watching my presentation. Uh, if you enjoy it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, I'm Dimas Ardani. Uh, I'm from Batang. I'm a student of Pekalongan University, and this was my practice of translation midterm presentation. Thank you, and have a great day.